We've already lost 80% of fish biomass on our entire planet. Yeah, we may live on a blue planet where 70% of land is covered by water, but we've actually destroyed it, and there's been a projected complete collapse of the ocean ecosystem by 2048. I am talking complete apocalyptic collapse in the next 20 or so years. This is one of my favorite animals, the vaquita. They are the smallest whale. They look like just teeny tiny football-sized whales. There's less than 20 left. There's actually probably none left. They live in the Gulf of Mexico, or used to. There was a brief period where fishing was made illegal here, and their populations came up just the tiniest bit for just a short period of time. And now, all gone. What is causing this? There's a lot of issues combined, and it's not all that different than the insect issue, where we've lost 75% of all insect biomass on Earth in just the last 25 years. First off, there's ocean acidification, which happens when stuff like carbon dioxide turns into carbonic acid and ends up in our waterways. And the ocean is treated like a garbage dump, and has been for a long time. We have all sorts of chemicals that we use in our society that gets washed into the ocean, and it doesn't go nowhere. 20% of the plastic in the ocean is dumped there directly, just as trash, in the ocean. It's done on purpose. The other 80% ends up there just by happenstance, because when water washes stuff away, yeah, it ends up in our waterways. There's plastic that's been found at the bottom of the Mariana Trench. We're talking like 6 miles down, a place that's as hard to get to as space. There's plastic in every life form on our planet. Of course, my field has to do with the use of fertilizers, and fertilizers put phosphate into the system that shouldn't always be in there, as well as stuff like nitrogen. That causes algae bloom, so normally algae is a primary producer and doesn't have enough access to nutrients to really get their populations huge, and then they do, and when they all expire, there are coastal dead zones with no oxygen. That's a map of where those areas often are, and they've expanded. This one was taken in 2008. Many animals try to leave them and then end up in places where they're not really able to survive and are not adapted to survive, and many animals just can't. This is the end of them. Now, it has been predicted that there will be a complete ecosystem collapse of our oceans by 2048. It will completely fail to survive, and not a lot will be in our water except for, trash. This is not something that doesn't impact humans. I mean, you could say at the very base of it, 3 billion humans rely on fish, ocean fish, as their primary food source. When people don't have access to food, stuff doesn't go very well. They will need to move somewhere else, and there's going to be a question of displacement of 3 billion people. That is not going to be a peaceful period on Earth's history. As portions of our food web collapse, we end up with a cascading effect that impacts all life on Earth. There is a delicate balance of how food systems are regulated, and humanity has managed to throw a wrench in it. We are not at the very start of the apocalypse. We are well into it. As I told you guys, 4% of mammals on Earth in terms of biomass are wild animals. The rest are humans and livestock. We've lost 75% of insect biomass on Earth in just the last 25 years. We are seeing the total collapse of the world's ecosystem. I don't know how to sugarcoat that for you. It's not pretty. The future isn't great. But I can tell you what will ultimately happen, and it's not a bad story. There will still be life on Earth. It may not be what is there now, but those generalists, the ones that managed to survive humanity, like coyotes and pigeons and raccoons, they will inherit the Earth. And then they will start to diversify. Animals will take on different niches, and new species will rise. Species that you couldn't even imagine right now. We may have flying cats. Who knows? We just won't be around to see it. And then, one day, a new creature will develop the intelligence that human has and look back on history and look back on what humans did to this planet. And they will qualify it as a mass extinction event, like this world has never seen before. They might learn from it, or they might do the very same thing. Now, my money's on raccoons. I don't have a particular reason for that. I just know that they have opposable thumbs and they're really smart. They have the devil's mischief. This entire thing is depressing. I hope that we manage to turn it around. I would bet my life savings we don't, and it only gets worse, because that's what humans do. We destroy things, and that's not something that came out in my generation. It's been a always problem. It's just become a lot faster and a lot more efficient.